And we'll start to press the palms down so much that the elbows lift. Walk the fingertips out a little bit more. It might feel nice to come onto the fingertips so that the palms are lifted off of your mat. And then this time take a few deep breaths into your chest. Imagine like there's a ball right underneath your chest and the armpits. As we breathe in, chest will slightly lift back around a little bit. And just exhale, melting the heart back into that space. A few breaths like that. Moving in between the shoulder blades. Just exhale softly back into this. Let's do one more deep breath in. Sigh it out. Here, let's add in a little twist. So walk the palms in just a bit. Press your right palm down. And let's spread your left arm right underneath that right armpit. And then you can rest onto your left ear or cheek. And then we're walking that right hand out nice and long. Keep pressing that left arm into your mat to help turn the chest open. You can stay here, maybe coming high onto your right fingertips. Or it might feel nice to reach your hand up toward the ceiling, or maybe internally rotate that arm and sweeping it behind the back. Maybe moving through all three of those variations, maybe unwinding if that feels better. One more round of breath here. And nice and easy, sliding that right hand back in. Underneath your shoulder. This time, let's press up your modified tabletop. Sweep your left arm up. And then just exhale that palm down. And the same thing, we'll just take your right arm and just ride it right underneath. And then walking your left arm out nice and long. And then allow this twist to happen. That right arm pressing down into your mat. Just kind of see what feels nice for the shoulder and the chest on the side. You might keep that arm long, reach up for the ceiling, or maybe reaching it behind your back, reaching for your right hand. Maybe the same or different as the other side. Keep bringing up into the belly and the chest. One more deep unwrap there. And nice and slow, unwinding your left arm. Take your hand underneath of your shoulder. Reach your right arm all the way up. Expansion through the chest. And then just exhale, palm down. And then from here, let's just come into a traditional tabletop. Palms underneath the shoulders, next fingers parallel to one another. Double checking with your knees. Make sure they're underneath the hips. And then hide the feet behind the thighs. From here, let's come into cow. So lift the elbow, drop the ribs, lift your gaze. Stay here for a few rounds of breath. Press into your palms, almost like you want to slide them toward the knees. You'll feel a little bit more engagement through the back. Another breath in. And then this one will come into cow, so pitch it into your chest. We're going to do this by lengthening the elbow down. And then we'll stay here for another full round of breath. Deep breath in. So you can press your ribs up toward the ceiling a little bit more. Exhale here. And then inhale the elbow up, ribs drop, lift your gaze. And keep this moving. Exhale, chin into your chest and round into cat. Again, moving in through cat. And exhale into cat. And then just continue with this. You can add on anything here if you want to come into cow, look over your shoulder for your head. Add a little side stretch there. Anything goes here. Yeah, if you want to rock the hips back toward the heels, maybe rock the shoulders, sway with the fingertips. And then you can start to lengthen your stance a little bit more from here. If you want to allow the hips to sink, almost like an upward facing dog. Yeah, you can round the shoulders over one wrist, take it back, and then the other. So just connecting this breath to your own body, seeing what you need to wake up. Extra tension, here, maybe bringing the fingertips toward the side edges of just 3 more rounds of breath, wherever you're working. And then just nice and slow. Let's see if you can tap your pinky and your big toe down to your mat at the same time. And then lifting back up to our, so it doesn't matter how high your arm and leg is. Using some control on the way down with that tap. And notice your weight falling back into your knee. Keep it over into your palm. Let's do 3 more rounds of breath. Exhale as you tap. Inhale as you lengthen. 2 more. And the last one here, let's go ahead and reach all the way out. And then lower your left palm down. Pivot your left foot out like a kickstand. Lower your right foot down to the back end of your mat. Take your right hand all the way up to the ceiling. And then you can close your hand to show this and just make your this going to do circles here. And then you can switch that circle around. And then right back out through the palm. Take a breath in, lengthen your arm alongside with the nice full body stretch through the whole right side. And then exhale your palm down to your mat. And then let's step your knee back underneath your hips. And then just once here, let's take a cow, lift our top on top of the ribs. And then exhale into cat. And then lean halfway tabletop. So lift the tailbone up slightly, drop the ribs, bring your gaze back in between the thumbs. Let's bring your left leg back to a hover. And then shift your weight all the way forward into your left palm. We'll extend your right arm out alongside your cheek. Take another breath in. And then exhale, we'll tap your mat. See if you can get those toes to tap at the same time. And then inhale as you reach. And then exhale as you tap. Inhale, reach. Nice and slow, tap 3 more. And 2. Last one, maybe a little bit slower this time. And then we'll go ahead and inhale back to that hover. Reach out a little bit further still. And then lower your right palm down. We'll kickstand your right foot out. Lower your left foot down. And then reach that arm up toward the ceiling. And then close your hand. And just go through a few wrist circles. And then switch your circle. And then open your palm out nice and bright. Take a breath in as you extend your arm alongside the ears. See if you can draw your ribs up toward the ceiling a little bit. And then exhale your palm down. And then this time we're going to step your right leg back into plank. Little hold here. Warm up the breath a little bit more. See if you can bring the shoulders a little bit more over the fingers. Keep pressing into your feet like you want to slide them toward the hands. Maybe sliding the ribs or the hips. Breathing out. Almost like you're fogging in air. 2 more. Nice. Last one. Deep breath in. Exhale here. And then let's inhale, lift the hips. Into down dog and exhale, settling the knees here a bit. Bending in one knee and then the other, just pedaling out the legs. Just take that pedal into walking all the way to the top of your mat. And once at the top, let's go ahead and clasp onto opposite elbows. Tuck the chin into your chest. We're in a little shape. We'll just gently sway the torso side to side. Make sure you get a nice bend in the knees to protect the hamstrings. And then let's release the hands down. See if you can bring all of your weight into the toes, almost like the heels will lift. Take a breath in, bring your fingertips to your shins, lengthen the arms, lengthen the blades, pull the shoulder blades back, broadening through the collarbone, sides of the neck. Take another breath in. And then just exhale, slide the hands down to your ankles. It's more like that. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. 1 more. Keep pressing down through the toes, lengthen the belly, the arms. And exhale, fold. This time, press down for your heels, lift all 10 toes, and then step your chin to your chest. Let's slide the hands up the shins, working your way up the legs, stacking one vertebrae over top of another, opening up through the chest. Let's sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale the arms down. Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Press down through the toes, soften into the knees for your low back, come into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Press down through your heels, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, Tadasana. This time we'll sweep the arms up. And the knees press down through your toes and fold. This time let's inhale your right leg all the way back behind you. Pull the toes back a little bit more. Take another breath in. See if you can draw the fingertips to a hover. And exhale, grounding down through the palms, step back to downward facing dog. And then inhale, as you rock your breath forward into plank. And then lower all the way down to your mat, spinning your triceps in on the way down. And then we'll cross through the feet into baby cobra, draw the shoulder blades back to open the chest. Tuck the chin into your chest slightly as you lift your nose off of your mat. Take another breath in. And exhale all the way down. Tuck your toes under. Option, you can always leave knees down for your low back. Or keep them with a deep breath in. And exhale, brush your way through plank. And then we'll inhale, lift the hips into downward facing dog. Let's take your right leg back behind you on an inhale. And just exhale, step your foot all the way between the thumbs. Come high onto the fingertips and into your left hip, broadening through the collarbones. And exhale, step into your fold. Press down through the heels, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, Tadasana. From the other side, inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, step your left leg back behind you. Again, lengthen your stance even more. So you can bring your fingertips to a hover. Inhale, forward into plank. And then even slower than before, lowering all the way down to your mat. Get that sensation of pressing yourself away. And then press through the tops of the feet, draw the kneecaps off of your mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then using those back muscles to lift the mid back, the upper back, and the neck into baby cobra, little lift of the heart. And exhale, lower all the way down. Tuck your toes under, tuck your chin into your chest. Deep breath in, prepare. And exhale, press your way through your plank. Inhale into down dog. Exhale, just to settle into those knees. We'll take a breath in, sweep your left leg back behind you. Big breath out, step your foot in between the thumbs. Take them high into the fingertips. You can sink a little bit more to your right hip, lengthen through the belly. And exhale, fold. Press down through your heels. Sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, Tadasana. Let's inhale, breathe the arms up. And exhale, fold. From here, take a breath in, halfway lift. And kick the shins forward. Add that little bend to the knees for your low back. And breathe out. Round down through your palms. Step both legs back into plank. Come high onto the big toes. Shoulders reach way over the shoulders. You can continue to lower all the way down. Or maybe stop halfway through Chaturanga Dandasana. And then inhale as you lighten the belly. You can stick with baby cobra. Or lift the hips into upward facing dog. Exhale, chin to your chest first. So lift back into downward facing dog. And then from here, let's step the feet together. Bend the knees, lift the hips, lift your knees. And at the end of your exhale, step or maybe you can lift the feet in between the hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Press down through the heels, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, release the arms down. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, fold. Let's inhale, step your right leg back behind you. Coming up into your low lunge. All fingertips to a hover. And exhale, round down through the palms. Step back downward facing dog. Inhale, forward into plank. Lowering all the way down. Maybe stop halfway. Your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale as you lengthen through your belly. Tops of the feet cross for your back bend. Exhale, chin into your chest and find downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg back behind you. This time, step your foot to the outside of your right hand. Let's gently lower your left knee down. Ground your left palm down. Let's take your right hand across your thigh. And just gently move your knee forward a little bit. So you may feel a little extra sensation in your left hip flexors. You can see here, start to turn your chest open. And if it feels okay for your left knee, you may bend that knee, reach your foot in toward your bum. You may be able to reach your right hand back for the foot. So lots of places to go. You can even allow that hip fan open by lifting the big toe edge of your foot. Take another round of breath here. Yeah, always use some extra padding under your knee if you need it. And then nice and easy, let's unwind. We'll go ahead and walk the hands back toward your left knee, lengthening through that front leg. We'll stay here for a few rounds of breath as well. You may even play around with your ankle, see how it feels across the toes down. Lift them back in toward your shin. Another round of breath here. And then we'll inhale your palms all the way back toward the top edge of your mat. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees. Stay high on the fingertips. Lower your left hip down a bit. Maybe even gaze over your right shoulder or your left foot. A little extra side stretch in there. Take a breath in, bring your gaze back forward, and then exhale, step into yogi squat. And then let's take your left arm to the inside of your leg. Press the palm down, little bend your elbow, press your tricep into your leg. We'll sweep that arm out toward the side. Nice, take another breath in. And then just exhale, lower your palm down. Take another breath in. And then we'll just fold. So lift the hips. Reach the heels out a little bit. Add a little shimmy cut to the hips, pressing into the big toe edge of your feet. Get that stretch all the way through the inner thighs, all the way to the inner hips. And then from here, let's step the feet all the way together. Press down through your heels, sweep the arms all the way up. Nice, and then exhale, release into Tadasana. Inhale, third Uttanasana. And exhale, fold in. Be mindful to bend the knees all the way down. Let's inhale your left foot back into your low lunge. And see if you can bring those fingertips to a hover, really engaging through the core of the legs. And then exhale, ground down through the palms, step back to downward facing dog. And then inhale as you breathe forward into plank. And moving through your own vinyasa, so that might be all the way down, maybe halfway. Take your back bend into waist, breathe in. And exhale, chin into chest, lying downward facing dog. And inhale your left leg back behind you. This time we'll step back to the outside of your left hand. And then gently lower your right knee down, maybe on some padding. Keep your right palm down. We'll sweep your, left palm across your thigh. And then just gently guide your knee forward a little bit. Get into that right hip a little bit more. And then start to turn the chest over toward the left. And then you might stay there, or if it feels okay for your right knee, bend the foot in toward your bum. You might take your hand back there as well and help guide your foot in toward the bum. Or even open the shoulder by pressing your foot into your hand. Take one more round of breath here. And then exhale, go ahead and release the hand down. And then we'll start to travel back toward your right knee as you lengthen through your left leg. See if you can sweep your left hip down toward your right ankle a little bit. Yeah, maybe it might feel nice to play around with your left ankle. Tuck the toes in and out. Just one more round of breath here. And then we'll inhale, start to make your way back toward the top edge of your mat. Come high onto your fingertips, tuck your right toes under, lift your knee. Nice, stay here for another round of breath. Might feel nice if you go over your left shoulder. And then bring your gaze back forward on your inhale and exhale, step into Malasana. And then this time we'll take your right arm to the inside of your thigh and bend to the elbow to help press that inner thigh back. Let's extend your left arm out. allow your gaze to follow. As long as it feels okay for your neck, your gaze can always stay down to your mat. Take another round breath here. And then this time, let's bring your palms together in front of your heart. Press both elbows into your inner thighs. See if you can lift all 10 toes. Deep breath in as you reach your arms up. Deep breath out as you press down through your heels. Lift all the way up to standing. Release the arms down. Back into Tadasana. This time, let's come into Uttanasana. Bend your knees, sink your hips, sweep your arms up. Nice few rounds of breath here. Lift all 10 toes. Make sure you can see them peering out from the knees. And then lower each toe down, starting with the pinky toes. And then each next toe nice and slow till you get to the big toes. And then you reopen the throat, sink into the hips a little bit more. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, see if you can tuck your ribs in just a little bit. Take another breath in, reach your thumbs back a little bit more. Yeah, nice long arms, even if you need to widen them. Think of the arms extending all the way down into your waistline through the ribs. Let's take down a little bit more. Nice, one more breath in. And from here, just forward. And then inhale, halfway lift, little bend to the knees. And then exhale, grounding down through the palms. You can either step or maybe jump back. Through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into your best bend of choice. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a little breather here. We'll bend the knees, hugging the belly right into the thighs. Keep broadening through the shoulder blades. Yeah, you can always take a child's pose here whenever you need it. And then from down dog, let's inhale your right leg back behind you. And then step your foot under where your nose is down for a little shorter stance. We'll come into warrior one. Ground your left heel down, sweep the arm all the way up. And keep reaching your left armpit forward a little bit, squaring off those shoulders. And then exhale, open out into warrior two. And then keep leading your inner right knee forward, moving into your left hip. Let's take a breath in, lengthen through the legs, weave the arms all the way up. And then just exhale back down into warrior two. A few more times like that. Inhale, sweep the palms up. Exhale, lower the palms down, sweep back into warrior two. Inhale as you lengthen. And then exhale, warrior two. One more. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Keep your legs there. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. And then exhale into extended side angle, gently resting your elbow across the side of the leg, lengthening through your whole left side of the body. Few rounds of breath here. If you just want to keep this traditional, maybe challenge your core a little bit by reaching your right hand toward the side wall. Or you might want to deepen your stretch by reaching with your fingertips toward the ankle or your mat. Or if you're low and you want to take this into a half bind or full bind. And then as you're ready to slowly unwinding here, we'll reverse your warrior. And then this time, let's set up our triangle. So lengthen through your right leg, shift your hips over to the left. Let's keep this high to start with. Bring your fingertips to the top of your shin, left fingertips up. Take a breath in, reach up a little higher still, and then exhale, maybe start to slide your hand down. Keep hugging your left shoulder blade into your spine. You can roll your inner right thigh down toward your mat a little bit. And then from here, press down through the feet. We'll reverse your triangle. And then rebending into your knee, we'll circle your left arm all the way around and down. We'll take a twist here, lift your left heel, sweep your right fingertips up. Nice, take a breath in, sweep your arm alongside of your ear. Nice, and then exhale, lower your palm down, step your right leg back into plank. Yogi's choice if you want to move through a vinyasa, or maybe just meet in child's pose or downward facing dog. And then as you're ready, we'll sweep your left leg back behind you, setting up for warrior one. We'll bring your foot underneath of your nose, coming down through your heel. Sweep the arms all the way up. And again, this right shoulder tends to hang back. Keep pressing it forward so the shoulders are squared to the top edge of your nose. Take another breath in. And then exhale, open into warrior two. And really widen out your stance with both feet more than you think you should. And then we'll go through that flow here. So the arms all the way up overhead. Lengthening through your front leg. And then exhale, settling back into warrior two. Inhale as you reach up. Sinking back into the hips, warrior two. Inhale as you lengthen. And exhale, sink. One more inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, sink. And then we'll keep those warrior two legs. Flip your front palm. Reverse your warrior. And then on your exhale, we'll come into extended side angle. So bringing your left elbow down across your thigh. Take one long line through the whole right side of your body. And notice if you're leaning all of your weight on your thigh like a counter, find some lift out of the waist. You can stay here, maybe challenge the core, sweeping that bottom arm out. Or you can deepen your stretch, or you can always choose to keep this high. You might take a half bind or maybe a full bind, wherever you are. Keep rolling the right side of your chest open. Nice, one more round of breath here. And then nice and slow, inhale, reverse your warrior, and then we'll lengthen through your left leg as well. And let's set that up for triangle, so hips over to your right. And then again, let's keep some height here to start. Fingertips all the way to the top of your shin bone, right fingertips up toward the ceiling. Take a breath in, reach your torso up a little bit higher, and then exhale, start to slide the hand down, think of floating into your left hip crease. Keep hugging your right shoulder blade in toward your spine. Nice, and then notice if your arm is way behind the back, keep it in front of the chest. So you might even close your right eye and make sure you can get a peek of your palm with your left. Yeah. And then press down through the feet. We'll reverse your triangle. And then rebending into your left knee. We'll circle your back arm all the way around and down into your twist. Lift your right heel. Sweep your left arm up. Keep pressing your right armpit in toward your knee. And then we'll breathe and lengthen your arm alongside of your ear. And then exhale over your palm down. Step back into plank. And yogi's choice here, move through your vinyasa or just take rest. And then as you're ready from down dog, let's step the feet together. Bend the knees, sink the hips, lift your gaze at the end of your exhale step. Or maybe float the feet in between the hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Let's come right into Utkatasana. Bend the knees, sink the hips, sweep the arms up. And then let's bring the palms together. Take another breath in, lift the heart a bit. Sink into the hips and exhale. Take a twist out to your right. Nice. Settling in here for a few rounds of breath. Notice if your left knee moved over with you, keep reaching it back. So lengthening through the left waistline. Nice. And then bring your gaze down to your right big toe. We're going to pick up your left foot and send it all the way toward the back edge of your mat. And then sinking into your left hip. So wiggle those toes back no matter where they landed. And then you can choose to stay here, maybe open the arms on that side of your knee, or you can always reground your left palm into that twist that we just did. And then nice big range of motion. Start to lighten through that hand. We're gonna come into warrior two. So use your left index finger to open all the way up here like a rainbow, resettling back into warrior two. From here, let's come into Ardha Chandrasana. So if you don't have your tallest block with you, you can place your hand down in front of your right big toe. And then work on stacking the left hip and shoulder open. Keep energizing the left toes in toward your ribs. Maybe use your in breath to Lift your right palm up a bit, maybe not. Maybe come back down. Always an opportunity here to also bend in your left knee, reaching for your foot, coming into Shavasana. Or if you want to keep this traditional with Ardha Chandrasana. And then nice and easy, let's lower your left foot all the way back into Warrior Two. And then from here, let's lengthen through your right leg, tuck the toes in toward the side of your mat. Let's take the arms back behind you, interlace the hands, roll the chest open, maybe widen your feet a little bit more. Let's exhale into a wide-legged forward fold. Okay, and then think of reaching the hands away from the shoulders, so not necessarily up toward the ceiling. Keep some weight into your toes, light through the heels. And then let's lower the palms all the way down. Walk the palms forward a little bit. Come high into your fingertips. Let's come to your left fingertips underneath of your nose. Take your right hand to your sacrum, the back of your hips. Move them over toward the left. And then you can start to press down through your palm. Look over your right shoulder, lifting it up toward the ceiling. If you start to feel those hips move with you, keep pressing them over toward the left. That shoulder might lower down a bit. That's fine. And if it feels okay, maybe lengthening out through that arm. Might not reach up towards the ceiling, maybe more to where the ceiling and the wall meet. And then we'll exhale, lower that hand down. We'll switch sides. Bring your left hand to the back of your pelvis. Again, shift your hips over to the right to start. And then you can start to lift your left shoulder up toward the ceiling. Nice. Think of stretching the inner left thigh. So keep taking your left foot down and your hips over to the right. Stay here. Maybe extend through that arm. Or it might come back down. Take one more round breath here. And nice and easy. Release that palm down. Let's walk the hands around through a low lunge. Around your right foot. And then just walking your foot all the way over toward the right edge of your mat. We'll settle your left knee down again. Maybe onto some padding. And we'll come into lizard pose. So you might keep this high onto a block or two. You might be able to lower the forearms down across your mat. So make this as restful as you can. And then once you find a spot, let's lower your chin into your chest. Maybe close the eyes. Maybe gently wag the head side to side. And just take a few deep breaths into the belly. Another deep breath in through your nose. And just empty out through the lips. And then from here, we'll walk back up onto the palms. Tuck your left toes under, lift your knee. It's all right if you need to shorten your stance a little bit. We're going to come into a down dog split. And nice and easy. We're going to extend that right leg back behind you with a bent knee. And then just draw a few hip circles. Might keep this high. Might go nice even to a few circles here underneath the chest. And then we'll lower that foot down. And then let's step the feet together, bend the knees, sink the hips, lift your knees, and then we'll meet at the top of your mat at the bottom of your exhale. And halfway lift. And exhale, fold. We'll come back into Utkatasana, bend the knees, sink the hips, squeeze the arms up. And keep sinking the hips down and back. Let's bring palms together in front of your heart. Breathe in. And then exhale. Take the twist out to your left. And notice your right knee traveled with you. Point it back with it. Then you can keep pressing your left palm down to turn the chest up to get the hand back here. And then we'll start to shift your gaze down to your left big toe. Shift your weight into that foot, and then from here, we'll bring your right foot in for your bum, extend it all the way back behind you, wherever your toes land, wiggle them back even more nice, almost into your right to sink into, yeah. And then you bring your knees back out to the side, tap a little bit big for your neck. You can open the arms up on that side of the knee, or if you want to come back down to your mat for your twist. And then start to press down a little bit more through the feet, start to take some weight out that right palm, and then use your right index fingers to breathe, go your way all the way up into warrior two. And then shifting your gaze down if you want to left big toe, again, you might have your tallest block with you. Or if you don't, maybe just bring your fingertips down in front of your left pinky toe. We'll come into Ardha Chandrasana. So sweeping your right leg up, right fingertips for the ceiling. Nice. We definitely want some height here for the right side of the body to stack open if you're using your tallest block. Maybe you can start to take some weight out of your hands. Allow for those little tiny adjustments in the ankle. And then maybe staying here, or if you want to bend your right knee and reaching for your foot, so always lots of space to develop from the toes. And then even slower than you got into this, you can make your way back into warrior two. Just a bit slower. Right, and then let's lengthen through your legs, tuck your toes in. Maybe resituate the feet if you want to widen them a little bit more. And then take your hands back behind you, opposite thumb on top, so that might be a little funky. And then lower the hands down past the tailbone. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, little openings through the throat. And then exhale, pull your weight into the toes, swing forward again to your hips. So peeking back through the legs. And notice if your weight's falling back into the heels. See if you can trust yourself to bring your weight a little bit more into the balls of the feet, the toes. And then nice and slow, let's release the hands down. Let's take this into Skandasana. So we can bend into one knee, sink hips to your right. You can allow the left toes to point up. Yeah, and then we'll move that over to your left, right toes up. And then we'll just keep that moving side to side here for a few rounds of breath. Keep this low. Or if you've been working on this a while and you want to bring your palms in front of your heart, use a little bit more of your inner thigh and hamstring strength to move back and forth through this. Nice, let's go one more each way. And then the next time you make your way over to your left, we'll just re-pivot our way back into your low lunge. And then come into lizard pose from here. So walk your left foot over toward the side. Maybe find some padding for your right knee. And then get comfy here. Maybe you can see if you can wiggle your right leg back a little bit more. Maybe keep some height here with your block under the forearm. Or you might be able to get them all the way down to your mat. So find a comfy spot where you're still able to breathe. That's important. And just tuck your chin into your chest. And maybe just kind of let those neck and upper back muscles go by wagging the head side to side. Nice. You can have a deep breath in and just sigh it out through the lips. And then start to walk again all the way back in. Underneath the shoulders, tuck your right toes under, lift your knee. It might feel nice just to shorten your stance just a little bit. As you're ready, we'll start to sweep your left leg back behind you with a bent knee. Draw a few circles, and maybe a few high, and then maybe a few low underneath the chest. And then lower your foot down to your mat. And then let's meet once again at the top of your mat. bring your feet together, bend your knees, and lift your knees. At the end of your exhale, step or float your feet in between the hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. And then from here, let's start to roll all the way up into Tadasana. And then we're going to set up for tree pose. So if you need to shake out the ankles a little bit. And then as you're ready, we're going to settle all of your weight onto your right foot. Make sure you get a little bend to your right knee. Keep your knees at one still point. And then we'll start to bring your left foot up either to maybe your ankle, your calf, or if you're able to get it up into the inner thigh, but just don't want to put any pressure on the knee. And then wherever you are, see if you can scoot your left hip forward a little bit and square the hips. And then keep your left hip forward and see if you can reach your left knee to the wall behind you. And then wherever the arms want to go, either pair of hands, you can always practice pair your hands behind your back. Or if you want to extend your branches, maybe even lift your gaze. So always an opportunity to keep your practice as easy or as challenging as you're looking for. And then using your own core muscles, let's bring your left foot to a tiny hover. Point your knee out to the side, or I'm sorry, to the front. We're gonna kick your left heel all the way back behind you. Keep extending your heart and the arms forward for warrior three. Okay, lowering your heart down, try and keep your left hip a little bit lower than you think it should. You can stay here with the arms, or if you want to reach them back behind you, if that feels better in your practice. And then we're going to come into Parsvottanasana. So just kind of lower your left foot down wherever it lands here. So think shorter than warrior one stance. And then lengthening through your right leg. We always still want to keep some buoyancy in the knees. And then let's just find a fold here. So again, you may use your blocks, or if you're without that, maybe just resting your hand on your shin. Notice if this right hip wants to come forward, keep reaching it back. So we want the hips to be square here. So if they're still out to that 45-degree angle, maybe just step your back foot in a little bit more. And just kind of hang heavy here, chin into your chest, getting that stretching through the back of your right leg, maybe into the IT band as well. So take another breath in. Maybe see if you can lengthen the belly a little bit more. And then as you exhale, we're going to slide your left foot all the way back behind you into a twist. Let's ground your left palm down. We're going to set up for a side plank. So you can always lower your left knee down, or you keep it up. And then we'll start to walk your right foot all the way around, either halfway or maybe to the back end of your mat, reaching your right fingertips up. Pressing as much into your feet or the knee to lift your hips. Yet know your practice if you want to lift that top leg, or if you want to keep this a little bit more restful. Okay, take another breath in. And then just exhale the palm down to your mat. Yogi's choice, either Uttar Vinyasa, or if you just want to take a child's pose or downward facing dog. And then meeting at the top of your mat once again. Lift your knees at the bottom of your exhale step. Maybe float the feet to the top of your mat. Take a breath in, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. And then pressing down through the feet, roll your way up to standing. Just one vertebrae from the other. Come back into Tadasana. And then just settle in here for a breath. Shake out your ankles if you need it. Start to just prepare yourself for that balance. And then as you're ready, we'll shift your weight into your left foot. Keep your knees at one still plank, and then you can start to guide your foot up to the ankle, the calf, and be mindful to stay away from your knee. You might need your hand to help bring your foot all the way up into that inner thigh area. Nice. And then once you place your foot, see if you can inch your thigh by guiding your knee toward the wall behind you. And then wherever the hands want to play or rest on this side. This might be your side to rest or your side to maybe do a little bit more. Maybe find a side bend, maybe a back bend. Maybe fall, who knows. Nice, and then keep that upward energy of the hands. If you're not already there, go ahead and lengthen the arms and then remove your foot from your inner thigh or your calf. We'll take the knee out front and then start to use the arms to help guide the chest forward and down, lengthen your right leg all the way back behind you. And we tend to stack that hip open here like Ardha Chandrasana. Lower your right hip down a little bit more than you think you should. And then keep that stance of the left leg. Just lower your right leg down to things shorter warrior one stance. Let's lengthen through the left leg. Keep reaching your fingertips forward, left hip back. And then let's just fold into Parsvanathanasana. And chin into your chest. And if the mat's too low for you, again, bring your mat to you by coming onto taller blocks or maybe resting your hands on your shin. Or if you can reach your right big toe, there's a nice little selfie adjustment here. You can place your right big thumb across your left big toe and take the L shape of your left hand into your like frontal and side left hip. And then just think of reaching your left hip and left big toe away from one another. Nice, one more full round of breath here. And then take a breath in, lengthening through the belly, and then we'll exhale, slide your right leg all the way back behind you into a low lunge. And then we'll set up for Vasisthasana on this side or your side plank. So rounding down through your right palm. Make sure that index finger is still pointing to the top of your mat. You want to roll your tricep in to support that side of the chest. And then as you're ready, walking your left foot around for the side edge of your mat. You might create a triangle here. Or you might step your foot all the way in front of the right, maybe over top. Make sure your top palm is in front of the chest. Your gaze can stay down at your mat for balance, or maybe challenge it out to the side, maybe up toward the ceiling, maybe a top leg lifts, maybe not. And then we'll exhale, lower your palm down, and yogi's choice to rest or go through your vinyasa. Nice, and then let's all take a little breather here. Come back down into child's pose. Just slow down the breath. Might feel nice to rock your forehead side to side. Yeah, you can breathe in through the nose, out through the lips. And then from here, let's meet back in downward facing dog. We'll meet one last time at the top of your mat, this time in yogi squats, rider step. Maybe float the feet out wide. Great. And then always an opportunity with any pose to make this as restful or as active as you want. So if you just want to start to slow down your practice, you can keep this upright. Maybe widen your feet a little bit more. Nice. You can always bring your block just underneath of your asana, your seat there. Or if you want to come into Bakasana, you can bring your palms down to your mat. Maybe step your feet together and just kind of create like this little tiny ball. Bring your knees as high up by the shoulders as you can. Elbows are kind of pointing back into your inner hip area. And then you're going to bring your gaze probably a little bit more further than you think it should, maybe even onto the floor. You're going to start to bring your elbows over the wrist, maybe even think over top of the fingertips, rounding through the upper back. You might lift one foot, maybe lower it down, lift the other, kind of play around with the sides here. So your triceps are acting as a shelf for the knees to rest on. You might be able to lift both feet up. None of that might happen. And then from here, let's settle into pigeon. So from here, you can step your left leg back behind you and just lower your right knee down behind your right wrist, maybe even a little closer towards the side of your mat. Yeah, inch toward your left leg back. And you know, let's do a little flow here first. You can take your hands a little bit higher onto the fingertips, take a breath in, lengthen through the belly, and then just start to fold the belly down. And then you'll press your way up. So think of lowering the belly button and then the ribs and then the chest and then the nose. And then working your way back up. And you're picking up the upper back and then the mid back. Opening up through the throat. Nice and slow here. Almost just kind of like waves moving in toward the beach. And then we'll take one more like that. And the next time you lengthen the belly down, we'll go ahead and settle in here. So bring somewhere for your forehead to rest on. That might be the back of your hands or maybe some padding, block. Just get that sensation of letting go. And then if this is too tight on your hips tonight or this morning, and you're feeling it in your knee, then maybe just taking this to a reclined pigeon, your right ankle over your left knee. Begin to soften through the lips and the belly. Notice if your mind is starting to go elsewhere. Just bring everything back by connecting to your breath. One more deep breath into the entire backside of your body. And then just let that out through the lips. And then nice and easy. Let's start to walk the palms back underneath the shoulders. Use your way out of this. Let's tuck the toes under, lift your knees, and shift all your weight forward. Probably need to step that back foot in a bit. Keep that right knee bent. Let's extend that leg back behind you. Open into a down dog split. And then we'll lower that foot down. And then let's exhale, step your left foot, or sorry, the left knee forward. We'll set up for pigeon on this side. And see if you need some padding under your knee or that left hip. And keep that knee nice and wide so it's maybe a little bit more closer to the side of your mat or behind your wrist. And then we'll come back into that flow, come high onto the fingertips, give yourself some height here to lengthen through the belly. And then just exhale, hold. So nice and slow. Inhale as you lengthen. And exhale as you round. And it might even feel nice to do this with the eyes closed. Really see your breath move inward. And then one more. exhale to settle down into pigeon. And close the eyes. Allow your forehead to rest onto the mat or the block. The back of your hands. Continue to slow down your practice. And just let the breath go through the lips. You might notice one hip is able to settle into this more than one. So this might be your more restful side, or it might take a few more extra breaths to be able to settle into this. Where we are, a few more deep breaths into the belly. Maybe even find some expansion through the low back. And you roll the forehead side to side. And then sip in one more breath. And then just let that go out through the lips. And then we'll start to climb back onto the palms, lengthening the arms, the belly. Tuck your right toes under, shift your weight forward, so stepping that foot in just a bit. And then keep your left knee closed. We'll stand that leg back behind you into your down dog. Split, draw a few circles. You might go nice out to the side, or maybe a few under the chest there. And then we'll release that foot down. And then yogi's choice to go through one last vinyasa. Coming back forward into plank. And you might keep that low into baby cobra. You may find upward facing dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. And then from here, let's lower onto the knees. Let's find camel pose. So you can keep your toes tucked down or tucked under, sitting back onto the heels, a little bit of space in between the knees. And we'll do a little camel flow. So you can reach your right hand down for your right heel. Press down for your toes. You're gonna send your hips forward, lengthen your left arm up. And then on your exhale, you're gonna come down. We'll come to the other side. Left hand to your heels. Press into the toes, press your hips forward, and then extend through that arm. And then lower down. And then just twice more like that, switching sides. Inhale, lengthening through the left side. Exhale, lower down. Yeah, you can even allow your knees to come past your top elbow, that top arm. Lower down. One more each side, lengthening through your left. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. One more inhale into your right ribs. And then exhale, lower down. And then from here, let's just start to walk the palms out here. We'll come into puppy pose. So you can untuck the toes, keep your hips over top of the knees, and just start to walk the palms out long and maybe a little bit wider here, so you can give yourself room to lower the chest down on the chin. And starting to open up the heart and the back. And then we're going to sneak all the way down onto the belly. We'll come into Sphinx pose. Yeah, there might not be any glamorousness out of that one. All right, so elbows are going to be under your shoulders. Forearms and index parallel to one another. Draw the inner thighs together, a little space between the feet is fine. So you can roll the outer thighs down a bit. Press the pubic bone down, draw your belly button up and in. And then you're gonna pull with the forearms and the palms, almost like you wanna slide yourself forward. And then keep a little space between the back of your head and your neck as well. Just kind of warming up those back muscles. Keep pressing into the feet. Nice. And then keep your back here. We're going to start to walk the palms in, maybe a little bit wider, taking baby cobra, or you might be able to open up through the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe make your cobra a little bit bigger, maybe not. And then let's lower all the way down. And then let's look over your right side of your chest, your shoulder. Bring the big toes to touch, allow the heels to fall out. So a little rest here. Maybe you'll hug the hips side to side. Nice, take another breath into your belly, expanding through the low back. And then let's set up for Shalabhasana or locust pose. So bring the palms to face down, nice long arms, nice and wide by your hips. And then bring the tops of your feet down to your mat. Bring your nose down to your mat. Draw the hips down a bit, and then lift your belly button up into the ribs just a bit. Press down through the hands and feet. Draw the shoulder blades together. And then use the squeeze of the back muscles to lift the chest and the neck and your nose off of your mat. Chin is slightly still into your chest. Keep pressing down through the palms. Use your big toe sides of your feet to lift the feet and limbs. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together a little more. Reach your palms to a hover. See if you can reach your fingertips toward your feet a little bit more. And exhale, lower down, looking over your left shoulder. Again, big toes can touch. You'll fall out. And maybe shimmy the hips side to side. And then bringing your nose back down to your mat. We'll set up for another set. This time we'll start with lifting the feet, but press everything down for now. Again, find that little core engagement to save your low back. And then from here, draw your inner thighs and your feet off of your mat. Keep pressing the palms down, start to squeeze the shoulder blades together, and from there you can start to lift the collarbones and throat and your nose off of your mat. Draw the belly button up and in a little further, and then lift your arms to a hover, and maybe reaching back for the toes a little bit. And then lower down, look once more over your right shoulder. Shimmy your hips side to side, big toes can touch. And then you've been inflating through your low back, so you might even feel the tailbone drop a little bit. And then let's go through one more. Bringing your nose back down to your mat. Press the feet and palms down. We're going to lift everything at once, but starting from your core. Press your pubic bone down a bit. We'll draw your belly button up and into your ribs. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then from here, see if you can lift your nose, your palms, and your feet off at the same time. And then 3 rounds of breath here. We're going to hold this. But you're going to allow that natural response from the breath, that natural rise and fall of your body with the breath. So as you breathe in, you'll feel your body rise a bit. Just lower a little bit. Keep drawing the belly button up and in. Nice and long through your cervical spine. So chin coming into your chest just slightly. Take one more round of breath here. And then lower all the way down. And then from here, bend your knees, point the feet up toward the ceiling. Bring your inner thighs together, and then you're going to allow your feet to fall out to the side. So imagine your legs look like a V. Yes. You might feel a little release in your low back from that, maybe not. And then from here, bring your feet together, widen the knees. Let's come back into one more child's pose. Press the palms underneath of the shoulders. brush your way back into your child's pose, and then you can resettle the knees a little narrower or maybe wider than your first child's pose this morning. And then walking the hands in toward the knees. And then we'll just bring the legs all the way out in front. And then maybe scooch forward a little bit. Let's bring the soles of your feet together. We'll set up for Padasana. So let's bring the hip or the heels in towards your inner hips as much as you can. And take your hands around the toes. Draw the shoulder blades back, lengthening through the belly. And then exhale, think of folding right into that frontal hip space. And then once you start to find some sensation there, you can go ahead and tuck your chin into your chest. And the elbows are there, of course, outside your inner thighs open if that feels nice. And just continue to slow down your practice. Imagine your belly can inflate right in between the space between your chest and your feet. You might feel nice to sway your head side to side. Just get that further release in through the upper back and neck muscles. And let's go ahead and lengthen all the way back out through the spine. Let's keep your right leg where it is. Extend your left leg out. And then keep those toes tucked in. Let's lift up the hips. We're going to shift your left hip forward a little bit. And then turn over toward your right knee. So your hips are going to be a little bit more facing on like a 45 degree angle. Add a little twist in here. Take your left hand around your thigh or your knee. Putting it nice and tall. Take your twist out to the right. And then that left leg tends to get lazy here. Make sure those toes are tucked in. And we'll add in a little side bend. Sweep your right arm up alongside your ear. Notice if your left hip is lifted. Keep rounding through that hip. Let's take your side bend over to your left. Okay. Little side stretch through those ribs. And then let's take your right hand all the way down to your mat, just on that right side of your hip. And then you'll start to slide your left foot in. We'll lift the hips, sweep your left arm up alongside of your ear. Get a little nice counter stretch through that whole left side of the body. And then lowering the hips all the way back down. And then we'll set up for the other side. You can scoot that left hip back. And slide your right foot in and bump our left. And then we'll slide. I do know my butt, guys. All right. And then, yeah, pick up the hips, slide your right hip forward a little bit. Give you a little bit more room to twist your ribs out to the left. And then you'll take your right hand around your thigh or your knee. And just a little twist here. We want to make sure everything's on. So keep those right toes tucked in for the shin. And then that'll protect our hamstrings for this left next move. Let's go ahead and lengthen your left arm alongside of your ear, taking a little side bend, and then using that pull of your right arm to help guide that right lung underneath. And then we'll take that arm all the way back behind you, grounded into your mat. And then slide that right foot in a bit. Just give yourself some room to lift the hips, sweep that right arm up alongside your ear. Maybe bring your feet up past that elbow. And then lower all the way back down. And then we'll move your right hip back, extend your left leg forward. And then we'll move to Paschimottanasana. So tuck the toes in, make sure you got a little bend to the knees. Let's sweep your arms up alongside the ears, and then think of reaching your belly button toward your knees, and then bringing your peace fingers around the big toes with your thumbs up. Take a breath in, bend the elbows out to the side so you can lengthen your belly a little bit more, and then just exhale, fold. And notice if your knees are rolling out toward the side, roll your inner thighs down toward your mat. Okay, so keep gently pulling yourself in. And at the same time, press the big toe mounds of your feet away. And you might feel a little opening through your low back, maybe not. So you tend to dig into the hamstrings here, but just see if you can allow this to be restful for the entire back side of your body. And nice and easy, let's roll all the way up. And then if you're not there already, let's go ahead and slide forward until the heels are at the top edge of your mat. Let's point the toes away from you this time. Reach your arms out to hover, so it's nice and tall. And then exhale, start to wrap your ribs and chin in, and we'll start to slide all the way down toward your mat. Once you feel like the heels want to lift, hold there, take another big breath in. And then even slower, so you can lower one vertebrae down. And then the next. And then the next. You might need to take another breath in. And then slowly lower down. Keep energizing those fingers to your toes. Once the shoulder blades down, go ahead and just kind of allow everything to flop down. And then we'll just close this out with one bird pose. So walk your feet in toward your hips. And then pressing down through the big toe edges of your feet. We'll go ahead and lift the hips. Think one vertebrae at a time. Nice. And then think wider heels than toes. If you want to get a little bit more stretch into the chest, maybe binding the hands behind the back, lifting your shoulder, rolling it under, doing the same to the other side. Knees is going to stay right at the ceiling for this. You can press into the feet like you want to slide them in toward the shoulders, reaching the knees away over the toes. Take another breath in. And then releasing the hands if you found them, and then releasing one vertebrae down, and then the other nice and slow so you get all the way down to your mat. And then keep a bend to the knees. Let's walk the feet out to the outer edges of your mat. Bring the knees in together, just to begin to neutralize the spine. Nice, keep the knees together. Take a deep breath into your low back. And just exhale. Do one more like that. See if you can maybe get the low back to press into your mat. And exhale, just back to that neutral spine. And then we'll gently start to sway the knees over to the left. Then inhale them back through center. And exhale over to your right. So no rush here. Exhale as you wave them to your left. Inhale through center. Exhale right. One more, inhale center. Exhale left. And inhale center. Once more to your right. And then from here, let's hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Maybe roll out your ankles. And then gently releasing your feet down. Slide your legs out. Settle into your final resting pose. So widening through the legs, the arms, the back of your hands might rest into the cool space next to your mat. Closing the eyes. Take another deep breath in through your nose. And just exhale to soften into Shavasana.
Begin to deepen your breath. Allow that breath to flow all the way back through the body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Rolling through the wrists and the ankles. Nod your head side to side. Yeah, you can move the legs in and out of the hip sockets. Let's take one last long stretch the body together. Reach the arms alongside the ears. Reach the big toes away from you. Allow the back to arch away from your mat. Take another deep breath in. Maybe reach the hands out a little further. And gently bending in one knee and then the other. Come to rest onto the right side of your body, keeping the eyes closed. Just taking a moment here to collect your practice. And then taking what you have, we'll rise all the way up into an easy, upright, comfortable seat with the eyes closed. And then once in Sukhasana, let's meet with the palms together in front of your heart. Taking this breath to acknowledge your practice, where it is today, and thanking your body for all it's able to do for you today. With that, let's breathe the thumbs into your third eye and bow forward. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everyone, for coming in with me today.
Thank you.
Whew.